We're here to have our webinar about creative ways on using SmartRoutes. My name is Amy Leopold. I'm the Product Marketing Manager here at Forward Advantage. I'll be your moderator today. Our presenter is Kevin Frazier. He's our Client Services Manager. And this is our first webinar in our Forward Advantage Can Do That Coffee Break webinar series. After speaking with many of our customers, we've learned that most of them want more information about how to maximize the usage of their current Forward Advantage products, as well as learn about additional solutions that we offer. So today's webinar will hopefully provide you some of that valuable information and help you learn how to more effectively use Communication Director and SmartRoutes. There are a lot of people on the line, so your phones are muted. We will be recording the session for future reference, and we can send out the link. We will be sending out the link to the recording. If you do have any questions, please enter the question in the question panel on your screen. We'll do our best to answer those questions at the end of the webinar. And I see a couple more people have just been joining us, so everyone knows that you are all on mute. And if you do have questions, please put them through the question bot panel on your screen. Thanks everybody for joining us, and with that, I will pass over control to Kevin.
Thanks, Amy, and thanks to everybody on the line for taking some time out of your busy day to sit and listen and attend today's webinar. I've been working with Forward Advantage for about 14 years, so I'm pretty sure that I've talked to many of you that are on the line today at one point or another. One of the favorite parts of my job is sitting and talking with folks about how Communication Director can help them in their day-to-day lives, whether that's make something more efficient or automate something or something of that nature. And so this is a great opportunity for us to talk to you folks about some things that we're seeing in our customer base, and maybe the things you see today might look really great for your own use or might spark some thought process to have you come up with your own unique ways to use SmartRoutes. So today we're going to specifically talk about how you can use SmartRoutes to automate report delivery and provide notifications using methods other than fax. Most of our customers think of us as the fax server people, and that's fair because that's how we got our start. And it's also true, we're still primarily fax solution for a lot of our customers. But today we're going to talk and focus on something other than faxing. So we're going to start off with a quick history lesson. There will not be a quiz, I promise. And then we'll go into an overview of Communication Director and the SmartRoute concept itself. We'll touch on some specific use cases such as routing reports based on key values, sending notifications to hands-free communication devices, and secure messaging through our integration with Improvata's Cortex solution. We'll also cover a few other potential use cases as well. First, the history lesson. Communication Director was originally developed back when the dinosaurs roamed the earth, back in 1993. It was originally developed for a single customer, and that customer was St. Agnes Medical Center in our hometown of Fresno, California. They needed to replace their existing fax box system with something new. The system's been tweaked and updated and added on to. The end result is today we're no longer just a fax server, but we're also an enterprise information distribution system. So today there are 3 distinct delivery engines that make up the Communication Director system. The demand fax engine, which was the original one, still provides on-demand faxing directly from some HIS systems, including Meditech Magic, and from any application that can use Windows printing from our desktop fax application. Data Express provides transfer of discrete HL7-based data to and from electronic medical record systems. But today we're going to talk specifically about that middle section, the SmartRoute engine. And even though we're going to be discussing a couple of specific delivery methods, please bear in mind that there are lots of options available. So if you're thinking about things other than what we talk about today, we might be able to do it. Now, in order to understand how we can utilize all these different delivery options, we first need to understand the SmartRoute concept. And some of you that have been around a while have seen this screen before. It is our infamous screen that we use to explain SmartRoute all the time, and it's a very effective way of doing it. A SmartRoute allows us to provide what we call intelligent report delivery. The SmartRoute engine itself scans a document for key information and makes a few decisions based on the information that it finds on the report. So in this case, the most important decision to be made is who is going to receive the report. So in this example, the recipients are highlighted in yellow, and they're being pulled from two separate locations, the tag that says laboratory report for, and then the tag that says copies to as well. So another important piece of information is the type of report. This allows Communication Director to manage different report types independently. In this example, we've located up there that this is a lab report. And so lab, radiology, pathology, medical records, and other report types can all be configured to have their own delivery methods per recipient if it's necessary. And then once we found these two pieces of information, along with some other identifying pieces of data, we can look to the database to determine how these recipients want these reports to be delivered. SmartRoute can also be configured to find a critical value on a report. So for the lab report, for example, we might fax the normal reports at scheduled times during the day, but we'll deliver reports containing critical values immediately. And we'll also send a notification to the recipient's smartphone, for example, letting them know that they've received a critical report. The ability to read and parse the data from the document also allows us to create notifications with context, which enables Communication Director to provide very meaningful notifications, which could be vital to the decision-making process. All right, so we've covered basics of how a SmartRoute gathers data, and hopefully you might have some ideas for how this functionality might work in your environment. Or you're probably, some of you are already using SmartRoutes and this already makes sense, and you're just interested in finding out if there's anything else SmartRoutes can do for you. Well, one way to do that is to take a look at how some of our customers are using SmartRoutes in creative ways. One of the really, really interesting uses of a SmartRoute right now in leveraging newer technology is in place at our customer Stillwater Medical Center in Stillwater, Oklahoma. They came to us with a problem. Their system for processing respiratory therapy orders was very inefficient and was causing delays in patient care. So back in the day, a department secretary had to enter a handwritten order into the HIS system, send the order to a designated printer, and then the patient had to wait for a therapist to pick the order up from the printer. Well, as it turns out, these hands-free communication devices like the Vocera badge at Stillwater are a really, really great extension of SmartRoute technology. So we attached a SmartRoute to a departmental order, and Stillwater was able to simplify the process of notifying their respiratory therapists whenever an order is received. Now the workflow is like this. The order is entered by the physician directly into Meditech CPOE, which automatically sends a notification to Communication Director. The notification is routed immediately to a therapist Vocera badge, and the information is either displayed on screen or, as an option, it's enunciated or spoken out loud as well. Stillwater's been so satisfied by the process improvement that they've experienced in respiratory therapy that they're looking to extend the use of this functionality into their nutrition department for dietary orders. Vocera and Forward Advantage created a combined customer story that discusses how a SmartRoute and the Vocera badge helped the respiratory therapy department improve response times in patient care at Stillwater. So if you're interested in reading more about Stillwater's story, you can find it on our website at forwardadvantage.com. So in addition to the Vocera badge, we're also seeing an increase in the need for doctors and healthcare providers to receive secure health information in real time, regardless of where they are, whether they're in the hospital or in the office or on the road. There are several secure messaging systems already in the market that offer this type of information exchange, but we were specifically asked by customers to help improve the secure messaging process by automating the delivery. So we've partnered with Imprivata to integrate their secure messaging product, which is named Cortext, with Communication Director. We're actively in beta with this integration, and it should be available sometime at the end of summer. The integration is going to allow you to use an existing or a new SmartRoute to automate the delivery of the notification itself. So as you can see from this diagram, information is sent directly from the HIS system or the EMR to the physician's smartphone using a combination of Communication Director's SmartRoute technology and this new integration with Cortext. Beaufort Memorial Hospital in Beaufort, South Carolina is our beta site for Cortext integration, and they're using transition of care notifications, which are submitted to CDS or Communication Director via a custom report. A SmartRoute will pull the information off the report and create a message, which is sent to Cortext for secure and HIPAA-compliant delivery to a provider. Communication Director can also pull critical values from a report and send a notification with more detailed information to a provider. Even physicians requesting consults can take advantage of this automation. When a SmartRoute's attached to a consult order, provides pertinent information to the consulting provider, such as the patient location, the reason for consult. As you see here, the Cortext inbox kind of looks a little bit like a regular email inbox on your smartphone. The message displays information that the SmartRoute has pulled from the report that was sent to it from the HIS system. In these examples here, different messages are sent for the different stages of care. So you'll see that you've got a transfer, you've got an admission, you've got a discharge. The Cortext solution allows us to provide more detailed information on the patient. So these are two pretty cool new uses for SmartRoutes, but customers are doing some other creative things with SmartRoute as well, because just about any document that can be printed can be sent through a SmartRoute. So for example, when a SmartRoute is attached to a patient reminder letter, Communication Director can pull pertinent information from the letter and build an email or a text message which is sent to the patient. Lots of customers are also using a SmartRoute to automate purchase order processing and materials management. We've also seen orders of all types automated by SmartRoutes, which helps streamline workflows for all sorts of departments. So to kind of sum up, what are the benefits of using a SmartRoute? Well, SmartRoutes have a lot of cool things going for them. First of all, virtually any document that can be printed can be delivered automatically by SmartRoute. So if you have a document that your staff sends out more than a few times a day, a SmartRoute might save you time and money. The implementation process is straightforward, usually only takes a couple of days, and most of that time is spent by your implementation specialist setting up the SmartRoute and helping you test. When you need more options than just faxing, delivering reports via SmartRoute gives you the additional delivery methods to choose from. And finally, as we hopefully shown today, SmartRoutes can also be used to bridge the gap between systems that don't natively talk to each other or to take advantage of newer technologies. So hopefully we've given you a little more information on the SmartRoute concept itself and how SmartRoutes can probably change your life, and maybe even given you some ideas for new SmartRoutes in your own facility. Before we go, or before I go, I want to leave you with our contact information. There are several ways to get in touch with us, including a brand spanking new support portal for issue reporting and for status tracking. Please feel free to use any of the contacts on the screen for assistance or for more information on Communication Director or its related products. If you're interested in more information on anything you've seen today, or if you have any questions related to your existing SmartRoutes, or if you'd just like to discuss other possible uses, please don't hesitate to reach out to us at all. So with that, I think I'll pass it back to our moderator, Amy.
Great, thank you, Kevin. That was very helpful for everybody on the line. I know it was a lot of information about what SmartRoutes could possibly do for you. So feel free to contact us if you have any questions or any ideas outside of what we talked about today. As Kevin mentioned, we are available at the numbers on your screen. So we do have a couple of minutes left where we can answer some of the questions that have come in. I'll read them off, and either Kevin and I will take turns answering them. Let's see. The first question that came in is about getting a copy of the presentation. Oh, that's a really good one. Yes, we will be emailing all of the attendees a recording of the presentation, a link to the recording of the presentation. So the slides and all of the content that Kevin showed you guys today will be available to you. And then the next question that we have is, if you use order notifications, can the Smart Route eliminate duplicates? For example, labs. Kevin, is that a question that you would be able to answer?
Sure. Well, first of all, that's a really good question because we get questions about duplicates quite a bit. One thing is you need to be aware of how the reports are coming to us. If the report is sent to us one time and has multiple folks on it, then we can eliminate duplicates on our end. So that would be something we could talk to you about offline, go into a little bit more detail about. But the real simple answer is make sure that it's just being sent once to us, and then we'll do duplicate elimination on that one copy of the order.
Great, thanks, Kevin. We're getting close to the time limit for our webinar today, and we have quite a few questions left to answer. So if I don't get to your question today, we will follow up with you and answer your question via email or phone. So if you have a question, we will follow up with you if we don't get to it today. The next question that came in was, you mentioned Core Text. Is that the only texting application that's compatible with Communication Director? I'll go ahead and take that one. Yes, right now Core Text is the only application that we are integrating with, but we are exploring other opportunities. So if there is a specific application you'd like to talk about, feel free to contact us and we can always address your specific situation. Okay, and the next, and we'll have time for just one last question here. And I believe this question would be a good one for you to answer, Kevin. SmartRoute allows for delivery of information to a destination. Do you have the ability to return information from that destination?
Right now, through the SmartRoute process, we do not, but that's a good question.
Okay. All right, well, thank you, everybody. We really appreciate everyone attending today. Unfortunately, we don't have any more time for other questions, and like I said, we will follow up with you later, and a recording of this webinar, including the slides that you've seen, will be sent out to you. Thank you again for attending. We really appreciate all of your time. Kevin, thank you so much for all of the information that you've shared today. And we're looking forward to hopefully seeing many of you again on the rest of our webinar series. There's a few more throughout the summer. So thank you, everybody. We really appreciate your time today.